Hi everybody, this is Book S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Neca Tmnt Turtles in Time Baxter Stockman figure. So before we take a look at Baxter Stockman, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. First up, he comes with an adjustable clear flight stand. I think it's pretty cool that he comes with this so you can have him flying on your shelf, but I do have one main complaint with it. The cradle that latches onto him is cockeyed, so he'll always be cockeyed. I'd prefer it if you could put him on it straight, but as you can see, it'll always be cockeyed whichever way you put it. So I'm not sure if all of them are like that or just mine. But there he is in the flight stand, and it doesn't look bad like that, but I wish I could have just put it side to side, that way he was straight up and down. He comes with a set of fisted hands. Up next, he comes with a set of relaxed hands. And for his final set of hands, he comes with his weapon-holding hands. And finally, Baxter comes with two guns. I think these look pretty good. My main complaint is neither of the fingers can go through the triggers. I do wish that would have been just a little bit wider, that way his finger could fit all the way through there. With this one, it has a longer handle, so you can actually get him holding it like that. Because if you try to get his finger through the trigger right there, it does tend to fall out. So that is kind of irritating. But as you can see, both of the guns have holes at the end of the barrels there. That way you can attach the energy effect to them. And finally, he comes with the energy hand effect that attaches to both guns. And I think this looks pretty cool. It's really, really heavy though. So it has to have this little stand underneath it to support it. Because if you have the effect just attached to the gun, the peg that pegs into the gun is probably going to break off because it's so heavy. I don't have any of the actual Toon Turtles yet. The closest thing I have is the Batman vs. Ninja Turtles figures. And the energy effect will not wrap around these because they're just way too wide. So yeah, I don't have them yet. But once I do, I think this effect will fit just fine around them. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Baxter's head sculpt. So this head sculpt looks really good. Neca used a lot of bright, vibrant colors on this figure, and I really like it. It gives a really nice retro feel to the figure. He has bright red hair, his eyes are done with pink, with light pink diamonds in his eyes, and his mouth is done in a really, really bright green color. And he has an articulated jaw, so you can see inside his mouth there. So that's pretty cool. I think the paint on this figure is done pretty good, but I do feel like the pixelation could have been a lot better because these are supposed to be pixel paint apps. So yeah, I do wish all of the paint apps would have been just a little more pixelated. One weird thing is I'm getting a lot of blue spots on my figure, and I don't think it's from his vest here. Because as you can see, the only thing that would be rubbing on would be his shoulder right here, and that'd be gray. But as you can see, there is a blue line right there. These wings look really nice, though. They have some texturing to them, and if you look close, you can see it's kind of got that shimmery paint to it. His pinchers are articulated. They can spin all the way around and back and forth, so that's pretty cool. And as I said, I do wish that these paint apps would have been a little more pixelated instead of what we got. But still, I'm not going to complain because I missed out on the Target Baxter Stockman, so I'm glad I was able to have another chance to get him. I want to say this is an original body mold because from the images I looked up online, the Target version looks a lot different. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an all-new body mold. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm pretty new to the Cartoon Turtles line. So that's about all to go over with this figure. So now let's go ahead and go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head, and he has a swivel down here at the neck that can get him looking up all the way. You can actually get him looking back. So yeah, he can actually do that. And he can look down all the way. And he can move his head side to side. It does get a little tight when you try to move it side to side, though. You can hear it squeaking there. And he has an articulated jaw that can move down all the way. So you can get some pretty cool expressions from him. He has wings that can swivel side to side and spin all the way around. And the pinchers can do the same thing. It can spin all the way around and move back and forth there. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move all the way out. And when you try to move them up and down, it's a very stiff joint. So yeah, I might try to take the figure apart and sand those down a little bit. That way the movement is a little more fluid. Because I feel like moving this, it'll eventually break, just because it is pretty tight. Other than that, the joints on this figure are really nice, and knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with them. But yeah, those shoulders are pretty tight. He has double jointed elbows that can bend all the way in, and they can also move side to side, right here and down here. He has swivel at the wrist that can move side to side and up and down. He has a ball jointed diaphragm, but the articulation is limited. His vest is done in a really soft, rubbery type of material, so it shouldn't hinder it that much. But yeah, that joint is kind of hindered there in what it can do. But he also has a swivel at the waist, which I was trying to move that back. There you can see the swivel at the waist right here, and then that diaphragm joint. But anyways, it can move side to side. He has ball jointed hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward just about all the way. I did try moving it up just a little bit more, and the ball joint does pop out there. But it is the type of joint that you can just reattach if it does pop out. I'd prefer more Ultimates to use this type of joint. That way you can get a lot more motion out of it. He can kick back all the way. He has swivel at the thigh that can move side to side slightly. He has double jointed knee that can bend back all the way. He has swivel at the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and an ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to the Walmart exclusive Loot Crate Shredder figure. Here he is next to the Batman vs. Ninja Turtles Donatello. Here he is next to Raphael. And one thing I wanted to say is the size comparisons in this part of the video probably won't help people too much, because these Batman vs. Ninja Turtles figures, the joints got loose really quickly on them. So yeah, as you can see, he barely wants to stand up there. And finally, there he is next to Michelangelo. So, overall, I'd highly recommend him because he's a really awesome figure, especially if you're like me and missed out on the first version. The paint apps could be a little bit better, but since this is my only Baxter Stockman figure, I can't complain. So I'd highly recommend picking him up. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.